Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
All right, welcome to the Sleazy Podcast. This is episode 124. I'm your host, Sleazy. Tonight I'm joined by Mr. PBS.
Howdy.
Robzilla.
What's up?
And we are experimenting with Streamyard here, and we've got Hot Sauce all the way in Chicago with us.
Live via the Matrix.
I can't hear him.
Probably kicked his cord again. Golly.
Oh,
No, I didn't. April Fools. I didn't kick shit.
I figured he was fucking with us. I was like,
I thought you heard my lips like,
no, we couldn't hear anything.
oh, because I could hear that. I'm like, fuck, they're going to hear that.
I thought he
No.
was stuck in the Matrix or something.
We honestly could not hear anything. So
Good.
you did a good job there.
Good.
And everyone will see that evenctually someday.
Sometime.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a Sleazy for best acting next month.
Ooh.
You know, we got that coming up. So we're going to be busy in the next couple of weeks. We got to
Yeah.
figure out categories,
Mhm.
who's going to be in the categories. Then we got to watch everything if we can.
Or if we haven't watched it in general.
I'll see what I can get in after work tomorrow.
I think the question is Robzilla going to continue his sweep in the category of biggest disappointment?
You know,
Yeah.
Robzilla finally just watched our Sleazy best horror movie from, what was it, 2019?
Yeah.
Before the pandemic.
1977.
He was watching Dr. Sleep.
Worthless little fucker.
I love that. I love that yawn. Like, what did you think? Did you think it was worthy of a Sleazy
Oh yeah,
for best horror? Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
like it?
yeah. I watched the director's cut. It's a little long, but it's very story driven. So it's
Very
fine.
story driven,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Yeah, so it's really good,
Okay.
and I really like Ewan McGregor as well.
You really liked Ewan McGregor? Are you excited he's going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi again?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it's about time because you only borrowed that from Mr. PBS like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Literally like 2 years ago,
I
dude.
know.
He's had that since the before times.
Like, what took you so long to watch it?
I just forget about it, and then I say I would watch it, and I just forget about it again. I turn to watching something else, and I just forget all the time about it.
Where was it sitting at? Could you see it every day, or was it?
No,
just-
it was in the our DVD cabinet in the bottom, so I didn't want to lose.
So you didn't
it.
even like have it out, like
no,
didn't even
reminding
wanna-
yourself
no,
to watch it. He was
no, I
like,
didn't.
He didn't even want to see his shame.
Yeah.
It was a
He
shame.
stashed it. He's like, fuck this movie.
Yeah,
just
he was like-
stashed it.
I'm not gonna watch this shit. Fuck Kyle and Eric, and like I don't fucking care about these guys' opinions. I'm just gonna go and pretend like I watched it,
Mhm.
like I do everything else.
Right.
Duck would asking me eventually.
Yeah, that's his thing. Whenever you ask Robzilla to do something, you never get a no. You never get a no until like if you want to do something and Rob doesn't want to do it, eventually he'll answer you, but it's always after the event has taken place.
Oh, hey, sorry, I was going to go, but I just got busy and
Sorry, I've been asleep all day, guys. Even though you can see me reading your messages.
I had to feed the dog.
Yeah, I had to feed the dog for 4
I
hours.
had to feed the
So,
old man.
It's diabetic.
It's true. Gotta give that a
guys,
shot.
I've been in a diabetic coma for 5 hours, and
It's been very traumatic.
I can't come because of that. So,
I'm in
I
my
hope you had
weakened-
fun, though.
In my weakened state,
I really wanted to be there for you guys, but I just couldn't.
I have to regenerate.
I'm not allowed out of the house between the hours of 3 and 7 today. I've got to watch the dog.
I was getting up to answer the door for my Uber Eats driver, and I stubbed my toe, and I had to go to the emergency room.
My bubble was ripped in half, and I couldn't go out with my bubble.
My tummy hurts.
I didn't have any Pepto
my
Bismol.
my Uber,
No Pepto.
my chicken nuggets from my Uber Eats gave me a tummy ache.
Tried to DoorDash some Pepto.
So you had an experience with some fast food this week, didn't you, Hot Sauce?
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about something making me sick. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't get sick off fast food. I don't eat that much fast food. I was gonna make a little joke about the Uber Eats and DoorDash though, real quick. You know, we've always made the joke about me living in the country now and not having shit around.
Right.
When you order DoorDash from like 6 different restaurants, but it's always the same dude bringing your shit.
Hey, what's up, man?
And I'm going through the DoorDash app too. And it's like, Charles will be there now. I'm like, fuck this dude again. He's gonna think I'm a fat slob ordering food all the time.
Charles is like, God damn the sign.
Damn.
Hey, hot sauce again.
You need
Am I the only one that got the Taco Bell wings though?
Probably. Like I went that day and I wasn't gonna get them, but I looked on the app and they weren't even available on the app to order.
I went to get them, I think, this past weekend, but then it was like 11:15, and I didn't know that they didn't start serving them until after 2:00.
So you got screwed.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought they just did it at lunchtime.
I mean, that's what I thought, but
Hear you.
they were delicious.
They look good.
So if I share my screen here, hold on. And you know, people won't be able to see this, but I'll be able to play the audio.
Look at the tabs Rob has open, or Eric has open. What is this? Oh,
All
you're
right,
going to
I
do
had
that.
to document this just because it's fucking hilarious.
I
Today's
just
the
want to hear
11th,
him yell at the
and I
old
wanted to
dude.
try. The sun's behind me, so
Oh.
it's in the way. I apologize.
Hold on. We'll just
When was that?
I
I think I was eating them
until
then.
about
Yeah, you're
2
going
o'clock
down a wing and just you
on
saw him at the
the
corner of your
menu.
eye.
in
Keep going. There you go. Back up a little bit before that. All right.
okay. This
they're
is
fresh too. I had to wait. They made them.
he's
fresh.
getting ready to experience them right now.
All right. Here's I'm assuming that's a drumming.
Oh, he just manhandled that drummy.
Yes, sir.
He had to go through all that work just to get to it.
You're a fucking caveman.
It's a damn good wing.
They
It,
really were. They were good.
It tastes like almost like a Doritos Locos taco shell. Like the breading is like a Dorito Loco taco.
So at this point where you're like, God, this is good.
Yeah, I should have bought more. They were only letting you order 4 orders per car.
Look at you.
I ordered one.
You could hear
Yeah, I
Homer
ordered a
Simpson that
motherfucker, too.
shit.
Like, yeah, I need 4 orders,
Good though.
taking them back to the guys at the house.
Like, listen to my dad eat.
They're a little messy.
So when did you yell at the old man?
I thought it was while I was eating.
Clean the bone off.
Yeah, I remember you eating a wing when
They're
you
not
said it.
spicy.
They're not spicy, everybody. Just in
It's
case you need
almost
to
kind of
know.
like a cheesy.
So is this
Yeah.
something they're going to carry
almost
eventually?
Like a cheesy flavor.
Don't know. I'm assuming that they did well enough they might add them, but I don't. I think this was just a trial run to see how they
No,
sold.
these are damn good wings, and they come with a supposed to be like a ranch dipping sauce. I want to say. So we got and it looks like they gave me 4 drummies and 1 flat. The wings are little. They're little as hell.
Can you see that, everybody?
Quit shaking. They're hot. They're delicious though. So let's try the ranch sauce here.
I think I already yelled at it.
I didn't think so because
No,
I
think
watched
it's
it up to
what-
this
yeah.
part.
I'm telling you what. These are some fucking good wings.
This is going to get you in the Taco Bell commercial.
I know.
Yeah, buddy. Damn good wings.
Damn good wings.
They were fucking delicious. I'm telling you.
1, 2,
They were
3, 4.
fucking delicious wings.
Had 5 of them for $5.99. They made them fresh. They said it was about 6 minute wait.
Gotta get that bone clean.
Sounds like Homer Simpson, man.
They were fucking good.
Fuck you looking at, Grandpa.
There it is.
I
There it
I
is.
had to
Good
pause the
wings.
video when I first heard it.
That's literally like all I wanted to hear from that.
No, I mean, I got you now. The whole story with that shit was, I had to run to Walmart, picked up something from Walmart, and I wanted to try the wings. A buddy of mine had said, "Hey, you got to try them. I just got them. They're really good. It's the last day for it." He told me this on the 10th. He's like, "You got to get them before the 12th. That's the end of them. It's limited run. You got to get them." So I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll get them." I went to Walmart. I'm sitting there, and then I found out the wings. They didn't sell the wings till 2:00. I'm like, okay, cool. They, they're not gonna deal with them in the morning time and stuff. So I was like, all right, get through the lunch rush. I'm looking, it's like 1:57. Put it in my GPS. I'm like, oh shit, it's just 2 minutes, 3 minutes up the road. I'm already 20 minutes west of my house because I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I hit start on the GPS, and it's like, Taco Bell may be closed by the time you get there. I'm like, how are they gonna be closed? It's 3 minutes. Like, what the fuck? They didn't open till 4:00.
Oh,
Like, well, shit, that sucks. Like, I'm not gonna waste 2 more fucking hours. Like, I gotta go home and do shit. Not really, but I gotta get home.
it's bad anymore if you're trying to get food.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I don't like where my mom lives. Like, one of the Arby's closes at like 6:00.
Really?
They don't have any help to, they don't have enough help to open and go through lunch rush. So I guess
Well,
they go, what's more profitable, lunch or dinner?
yeah,
Lunch
the
is probably more
fucking
profitable.
the Taco Bell that's closer to my house, because my thought process is now I'll just go back home. There's a Taco Bell 2 minutes from my house. I'll go to that one. They didn't open till 8:00 the next morning. They weren't even open that day at all.
Oh fuck.
I'm like, well, fuck, let me see. And then it's like, okay, this one's however many miles away or whatever. And I just followed that one, and I'm driving like 16 miles, then turn left. I'm going, fuck, I'm going to be like 45 minutes away from my fucking house to go get some fucking wings. And it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in Diamond, Illinois. Population's like 3,000 fucking people. It's on a road. There's nothing around you. There's just a Taco Bell sitting there. I pull
That's
in. There's like
crazy.
7 cars in the fucking drive-thru. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Got my wings, sat there in front of the building, ate my wings, and came back home.
Well, I guess it's a very adventurous day that you had.
Dude, you find shit to make it work when you don't work no more. You find shit to make it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they say
now-
get her done. I got her done.
So now that you're out of the store, did you feel like a part of you was gone, that you wouldn't have anything interesting to tell people on a weekly basis? Like, all the crazy shit you'd see is gone now.
I definitely won't have any new stories. I mean, except for shit like this, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I won't have the regular stories anymore.
When I left the stores, I was like, will people find me interesting still? Because a lot of when people would talk to me would be, asking me about like anything crazy that would happen in the store.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, what do you want to hear, dude? Monday,
Right.
Tuesday, and like a part of me felt like, man, I'm just not going to be interesting anymore.
And that
You're
part
not
of
gonna be able to tell people the 2
Yeah.
homeless guys were butt fucking in the trees and one got stabbed in the throat no more.
I tell people all the time about the backpack slitting that dude's throat and him walking
Mhm.
in, and they're like, "You're full of shit. That didn't fucking happen." I'm like, "Yeah, he went into the bank and asked for a fucking napkin to put over his neck."
I have a
And they're
picture
like-
of that.
They're like, "No, that didn't happen." I'm like, "Yeah, backpack tried to kill him because didn't he burn his shit down?"
They did all kinds of shit back there.
Like, literally behind that store is like Bum War Central.
It's like what did
Bum war.
They live in the field and they all fucking battle for everybody's shit when they go to jail.
Sounds like Battle Royale.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one dude backpack, he looked like he was straight out of a Rob Zombie movie. And
Sorry.
he was terrifying looking. And
Right.
he how big was that machete, Mike, that he used to
Oh, it's
Adam.
fucking ridiculous.
it was huge.
Was it like a sword almost at that point?
yeah, he could chop your head off with it, and he just carried it around on his backpack.
Was it like a claymore sword at that point?
Yeah.
From Highlander and shit.
I mean, it looked like something like you see in like Aladdin that the soldiers bring out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I gotta give it. The guy was honest though. He always put a sign on. He was just like, "Why lie? I need beer." And that's how he would just get drunk all day and do whatever drugs he could and terrorize our
backpack.
store. But anyways, we got a good show lined up for you. At least we think so. But sad news to start the year out of 2022. What would we say? 14 days away from her 100th birthday.
Yes.
Pretty close to that.
Yeah.
Betty White passed away.
That sweet angel.
I know,
Got called
man.
back.
It's so terrible. Talk about somebody who stood the test of time and stayed relevant, her entire career. And man, it's sad. She has such an impact on people. She's 99 years old and you feel like you still lost some time with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That says a lot about you.
It makes you feel like you lost a part of your family member. Because I mean, I've
Right.
grown up watching Golden Girls, and I love Golden Girls.
I think
watched it with my grandma.
I think
Yeah.
everybody saw Golden Girls. Then she was on a bunch of sitcoms, you know, after that in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, she stayed consistent. And then I think
And
the,
then
the one I loved her in was Lake Placid.
Yeah.
She
Well-
was such a badass in that.
And then she was in Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
So she did a couple of, and then what was the one movie with Ryan Reynolds and America's Sweetheart? What's her name?
Sandra
Bullock.
Was it like the
Engagement or something?
Yeah, the Engagement. Yeah.
The Engagement movie. I don't know what the exact title was.
It might have been The Proposal or
The
something.
Proposal,
yeah,
yeah.
Proposal.
Yeah.
But she was really good in that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like everything she was in, she was really good at.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, very sad news. And, you know, leave it to these fuckheads. They just couldn't resist the opportunity.
You can't let people rest in peace.
Say the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Was it him?
He was one.
I know. I
This is
thought I
one of them.
heard something about him running his mouth, but it's just like, just shut up and eat your fucking vitamins, dude. But you know, the vaccine killed Betty White. Wake up, people!
Oh my god!
Wake up! She had a booster and then she stroked out.
People forget that she was 99 years old.
Yeah,
okay?
she's 99 years old.
I had a buddy ask me at work because he said he was talking about Hulk Hogan because he said something about Betty White and Sidney Poitier dying. Or I'm like, it's a couple of 90-year-olds. Some conspiracy right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
He died too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the one movie he was in? Oh, I want to say late 80s or early 90s.
Wasn't like he in the Heat of the Night as well?
He was in the Heat of the Night, I
Yeah.
thought too. Yeah, Heat of the Night was really good.
Yeah, that was
his
I remember
big-
watching just like a little bit of it, but
I think that's
liked
the
it.
one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heat of the Night. I remember that they used to play that shit all the
Nonstop,
time on
yeah.
TV. Like if you were sick at your grandma's, 99% of the time after Price is Right, you would find that movie on a channel somewhere. Like they just knew their target audience in the afternoon would love that movie. But yeah, man, it's so sad. And you know, they kind of she had a stroke and they kind of covered it up
Mhm.
because she has a real big 100th birthday event coming up that they're selling tickets to theaters to.
Well, they had like People Magazine had a cover story out on her,
Right.
and I don't know if they were going to do something for TV too or something like that, but they had like there was like articles left and right.
Oh yeah,
about her
they were
criminal record.
just getting started on doing all that, you know, interviewing her and
There's going to be big celebration.
yeah. And
They already had
kinda-
all the magazine covers printed up sitting at the newsstands.
Yeah, they really did a hush hush job on her stroke, and I think she had her booster after she had her stroke.
I didn't even know if she had it for sure or not.
Yeah,
I didn't-
I'm not 100%. I don't want to say if she did or didn't,
Yeah.
but you know, there's all these fuckheads that are out there, you know, grasping at the moment to claim this as a victory in their defense. You know,
Fucking morons.
oh my
Jesus
God,
Christ.
the vaccine got her. Goddamn Pfizer.
Yeah. let's not factor in she's 99 years old.
Yeah,
Let's not factor that in.
she's
Yeah.
just old as fuck, man.
Yeah. You're going to go sometime.
Yeah.
The
She's
one
lived a life.
the one thing she did that I forgot about that they replayed was her Snickers commercial.
Oh yeah, that was great
How long
too.
ago was that now? That feels like it was
Oh,
like 20 years ago.
15, 20 years ago.
It
Yeah, early
probably was.
2000s.
Where you know she's playing football and the guy's like, have a Snickers, you're being a real Betty White right now.
It shows her like running and getting hit and shit.
And I totally
She gets decimated. in one
that
of those.
might have been like the first Snickers commercial where they started doing that. You know, you're being a real whatever right now.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, because I
I
remember
feel like that was like the first one.
they got real popular after
It
that.
might have even been a Super Bowl commercial, maybe.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
And I'd forgotten about that.
If only we had like a decent producer that could look this info up.
It was 2010. It was a Super Bowl commercial.
Okay, good. He's on it.
Oh shit!
Can you believe
I'm
that?
shocked. I'm stunned.
Normally we're like, what's going on over there? Can you find that? Oh yeah, hold on a second. But anyways,
I totally forgot about the commercial, and I remember how fucking funny it was. And I'm like,
you
that's
know,
pretty funny.
you know what they say: celebrity deaths come in threes.
And they sure did.
And Bob Saget went
in
next.
that case, Robzilla will live forever because he'll never be a celebrity.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Damn.
that's right. I will be immortal.
But yeah, Bob Saget passed away after doing a stand-up down in Orlando, I guess. And he wrote this big inspiring post on Instagram like a couple hours before he died or something like that. And he was like, "Oh, I love this shit. I'm hooked on doing stand up again." And he was like, "I can't wait to get out on the road and do more shows." So, I mean, one positive note, it's so sad that Bob Saget died because Bob Saget is a legend. I think we all grew up with Full House, and then the roles that he had.
I think we all know what he did for Coke.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
ever
not
suck
talking a
dick
cola.
for Coke?
And it's
Marijuana is not a fucking drug.
And it's so funny because you've known him as Danny Tanner, then you see that. But if you don't know his other early work, how
What's
kinda
your
rocky
guys'
he was,
favorite Bob Saget appearance in a movie?
I'm going to say probably Entourage in the TV show. I've
Yeah.
never seen that episode.
Where he just walks into the house. And
Yeah, and they're like, you just got fucking punked by Bob Saget.
he's like, he doesn't even know them, but he just like
Yeah.
walks in and he's like, "Who's that chick? Can you tell her to fucking call me?"
Yeah. And I remember watching a few episodes of Entourage. I remember watching that one. I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
My favorite appearance from him is in the Dumb and Dumber movie where he walks in after, was it Harry that's been in there?
Yeah.
And he's like, "There's shit everywhere. There's shit on the walls. There's shit everywhere."
I forgot all about that fucking movie.
Yeah.
When Harry met Lloyd.
Yeah, when
Is that what it
Harry
was?
met
Yeah.
Lloyd.
That was
Harry-
the one without Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah,
No, this is
it's
when
where
they
they
were-
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were kids.
Yeah, teenagers.
Yeah.
High school.
Yeah, you shit all over the bathroom. There was like shit everywhere.
Yeah. Well, didn't he like have like a chocolate bar or something? And like he was
Something with like laxatives
radiator,
or something. Yeah.
something.
It's been like
Yeah.
20 years since I've seen that movie, maybe.
Like I think like when I first saw it, I was like, this is fucking blasphemy. I'm like, I'm not watching this movie. I'm
yeah,
like,
a lot of people weren't receptive to it.
yeah.
Because it was
Oh.
trash.
What about you, Hot Sauce? What was your favorite Bob
Dude,
Saget
I don't
experience?
have a favorite Bob Saget cameo or anything.
No stand up or anything like that? I don't
mean,
remember his stand up. We were too
Yeah, I
young.
don't.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
I don't think he ever did like a big stand up.
He has
like,
a special
actually-
on HBO, I think.
That probably more recent.
Yeah, it's definitely.
He's done
recent.
a couple stand-ups.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to check it out though when I get the time, just to honor Bob Saget.
Yeah.
But it's weird because he was a frequent TikToker,
Mhm.
and he has a very youthful wife. It looks like, and so Bob Saget was living the life. That's all I'm telling you.
He's got that Full House money.
Yeah.
And
Hey.
he did America's Funniest Home Videos too at that time.
Oh
as well.
yeah. Yeah, he was the before you
Original.
looked your cat videos up on YouTube, Bob Saget brought them to
He
you
was your guy.
Sunday night.
Mhm.
Was it Sunday night they used to do
I
that?
think so. I can't remember. But I tell you what, I was
Because I always used to be so depressed watching America's Funniest Home Videos
Mhm.
because I think it was on Sunday and I'd always be depressed because I had to go back to school on
Yeah.
Monday.
Well, I was so happy to watch it because I was like, I want to see what happens on the videos. I was like, so
Yeah, I
excited.
mean some of them were downright funny.
Oh yeah.
And then we just said what's his face died too.
Sidney
So,
Poitier.
so that's the triple decker right there, man.
Man. And the three people that go at the same time too. I mean, the track record.
It always
history.
happens, dude. It always
insane.
happens. They come in threes.
I thought there was
So-
somebody else too.
If we get back on track in the economy and everything, it's because of Betty White.
Yeah, somebody else died too, but they weren't like
I thought I'd seen a couple other people, not
they.
quite as famous.
Yeah, they weren't as famous as these three.
Names but not like
Right,
celebrity
right.
status.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I know them. Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, so before the show, we were kind of like we went to dinner earlier, and we got back here, and I was like, Rob, you've got to check out fucking Peacemaker because he didn't watch it.
I
Has it-
completely forgot it.
have you
I
watched
didn't watch it.
Oh, do yourself a favor. When we get done with this show, fucking watch it. This show, they put 3 episodes out last night, and we probably watched an episode and a half
Yeah.
before we were waiting for our time to record. And my God, it is so fucking funny. The soundtrack is amazing. I
gotta
mean,
look that up.
if you're a child of the 80s metal, you'll love it.
Is it a weekly drop?
Yes.
Them motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
We
I
get-
watched all 3 last night, and I had no plans to watch all 3. I really wanted to watch another Scream movie to kind of get ready for to watch the new Scream movie.
Mhm.
But I turned that episode on. I was like, this is fucking awesome. And I just kept letting it roll. And every episode has a credit scene. And it's just fucking funny, man. John Cena is hilarious. The writing is hilarious. I mean, it's it's James Gunn all the way.
About to say James Gunn is doing it, so
I mean, James Gunn is a fucking mastermind.
I don't think John Cena's gonna be getting a call back from Nickelodeon anytime soon. ever,
No,
so.
no. I mean, it's very adult themed.
Yeah.
And it's funny. What's his face? The Terminator from Terminator 2.
Robert Patrick.
He plays John Cena, Peacemaker's dad.
Mm.
And they pulled no punches. Like this dude, like he's got this weird haircut that kind of like,
It's kind of like almost a flat top, but then he grew it out.
but he grew it out and slicked it back, and
Yeah.
it just kind of like puffy and sticks up.
Yeah.
It's very much like a not a boomer, like a Greatest Generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man
There you
haircut.
Yeah,
go.
an
There
old
we
man
go.
haircut.
Yeah.
Is it like this?
No,
Not quite. You got a lot of puffiness to go, man.
It's getting there though.
You got to trim the side of your hairs too. This is a man that goes to the barber to get this exact haircut.
He probably goes every.
Oh,
Yeah,
You got to get some height on that thing.
He's got to go every Sunday at 2:00 in the
but
afternoon.
he
with his paper.
plays Peacemaker's dad, and he's an old fucking racist, and all he does is belittle John Cena's character Peacemaker. You know, Peacemaker's all fucking big and ripped
Mhm.
and cocky, and you know he goes into his house and he's like, "What kind of fucking pussy of a son did I raise to get shot by somebody?"
Can't
Right,
be my
yeah.
DNA.
Yeah, and he's like, "My sperm would never grow up to be like this."
He's like, John Cena is fucking devastated.
Oh yeah, I mean he just looks for his dad's approval, and the dude just fucking tears him apart whenever he can. But the show is hilarious. The cast is dynamite. Actually, James Gunn's girlfriend plays one of the main characters on the squad.
Mhm.
So, but it's kind of funny. It picks up right after Suicide Squad, the movie, the second one.
the
So-
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, not the original one.
Not Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad.
the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So like the soft reboot.
So
Suicide Squad,
you know
or
the
whatever you
end
call it.
credit scene where he's in the hospital. It picks up with him in the hospital getting rehabbed and
Okay.
all that. And they're kind of like, they let him go. They're like, "Hey, you're free to go now. Just, make sure you keep up on your PT." And he's like, "So I'm free to go." And he fucking like tries to sneak out of the hospital and he thinks he's all good. And he gets home and, the agents show up and they're like, "Dude, you only served 40 or 30 years. You're not off that easy."
Yeah.
Did you find me? He's like, the tracker in your fucking skull.
Yeah, because he still has the bomb in his skull or whatever. But man, good fucking show. Get your fucking HBO Max subscription out and fucking watch it.
It's fun.
But
I was a little more lukewarm on the show. I'm only one episode in. I'm liking it, but I'm kind of like, yeah, okay.
it gets better. How about that fucking intro, by the way?
it's phenomenal.
The intros to like some like 80s like hair metal band, and they do this whole fucking dance routine and it's ridiculous.
John Cena's so fucking stiff.
Yeah, he is. It's so cheesy, it's bad.
You know, the number one thing I was really kind of thinking about during part of that first episode is why has nobody asked John Cena to play a Terminator?
Right.
Because he's got like some of that kind of slicked back hair,
He's got the Arnold
and he's
look.
got like
Mhm.
there's that one scene like where he's just in tidy whities or whatever, and he's just jacked. Like,
Yeah.
why isn't he like T2 Arnold looking Terminator in a movie?
He's got that like
He'd be perfect
gigantic
for it.
like vein right across the chest. Like
And
it's
this-
all like spread out. Like
I
this-
loved his pet eagle too.
yeah, he has a pet
Is it Eagly?
eagly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now like this is very much an adult kind of rated R TV
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Like John Cena could be kind of like another Arnold if he wanted to. I think everybody's been wanting The Rock to do that forever, but The Rock isn't going to risk that money. I don't think so. I'd like to see John Cena do some stuff now.
Yeah. Get some more rated R action movies in there.
Well, he even did that well in the Fast and Furious. That kind of like Stone Cold kind of like blank, tough guy thing. So
I haven't seen the new Fast and the Furious, so I don't even know. I hear it's just kind of like whatever.
It just needs to go.
I haven't seen any. of them
Tyrese
since
hasn't been
the-
killed off yet, so I don't care.
I've wasted 8 of those movies on my life, and
Might
there's
as well
some
see it through.
there's some that I like. I'm definitely gonna see the series through.
They're fun. That's you have to expect is they're fun, but you're kind of like it can be over.
How about The Rock telling Vin Diesel to fuck off,
Yeah.
Yep, they did
like-
not like each other.
like publicly? Like
yeah,
he didn't like just keep it under wraps, like because Vin Diesel tried to like sucker him with a public post.
yeah. The
and he-
comeback is it the comeback to the franchise?
Yeah, and he was just like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing it."
Like,
I'm done.
I told you I'm not doing it. Fuck off.
Yeah,
I think they're going to move forward with more projects with like him and Jason Statham, but not part of this.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
The
fine.
Hobbs.
They were the best part of the Fast 8.
Yeah, or whatever that Fast whatever. One.
But then the Hobbs and Shaw movie was just So, but anyways, Peacemaker, check that shit out. It's fucking awesome.
It's fun.
Don't listen to Mr. PBS. You'll have fucking fun watching it.
It's on the list. I just get so busy.
I mean, part of the issue is Mr. PBS can't hear his TV over the generator, and the projector doesn't come through all the way, and
you gotta stop every like 15 minutes and crank that projector or that generator up again.
Is it hand crank?
And sometimes you fall through the hay bed, and
you get the fumes that just get unreal.
Did you like that picture we photoshopped of you with the?
Loved it. Loved it.
I think you should make that your profile picture.
Yeah.
I can't tell if that was sarcasm or genuine.
No, he loved it.
No, he loved it.
I'll have to go back through the messages and find it again.
That was.
Did you know what kind of work I put in on that?
I'll have to scroll back up through the messages in there and find it again.
That was way more effort than it was worth because I put his head on top of the fucking body. Then I went back into the original picture and cropped everything out except the nightcap. So then I took the new picture with his head over the body, then put the cap that I cropped out back over top of his head. So the cap was on top of his head still. There was way more fucking work involved in that than there should have been.
There's a lot to do with his busy schedule.
Yes. I had time.
That's dedication. That's dedication. So
I had time that day. I was free.
It was a pure passion project.
I think that's the day it snowed, so I couldn't go anywhere. I've
like,
left the house once this week.
I was late walking the dog for 15 minutes because of that fucking picture, Kyle. Appreciate it.
No,
okay.
not in the cold. Rex ain't going out in the cold. Fuck
He
that.
said, "Fuck that, man."
All right, so we covered Betty White, Bob Saget, Peacemaker, and now it's time. I think we're all split on this movie. Matrix Resurrections. It came out over the holidays, and it came out in the theaters, and it was on HBO Max. I really wanted to go see it on IMAX because I felt like it was a movie made for the big screen from what I'd heard, and I just didn't get time to do it. On vacation, didn't get time.
Right.
So I ended up watching it on my last day of vacation on HBO Max. And I gotta say, I'll say it first. I'll say it first. I actually enjoyed it. I am part of the minority that has enjoyed the movie. So go ahead, let it rip, guys.
It's ass. It's ass.
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, did they need to make it?
No.
Probably not. But I mean, it was nice to see another Matrix story and something new, and they did some cool stuff with it.
I felt like Lana Wachowski woke up and said, "You know what? I'm just gonna make another Matrix movie just because."
That's what exactly they did.
And I was just like, didn't need to be done.
They said, let's get the band back together, and they did it.
Yeah, they said get the band back together.
And
Shouldn't have though, but whatever.
I'm curious to know whose idea it was. If it was the Wachowski idea or if it was a Warner Brothers idea.
I heard
because I know Keanu Reeves said Lana called him.
Yeah, I've heard that
the story.
The Wachowskis approached Keanu about doing it.
Yeah.
So
because they're like, "Hey, you want to do another Matrix movie?" He's like, "Sure, but I'm dead." She's like, "But are you?" I'm like,
yeah, are you?
Are you really dead?
You know, I got quite a few problems with the movie, but I'm with you, Sleazy. I mostly enjoyed it. But like no Hugo Weaving back as Agent Smith was a big misfire for me. So for one, I don't know how you bring back the Smith character anyway. But apart from that, if you are going to bring him back, it should have been Hugo Weaving.
He was an upgraded, rewrited program. I mean, I accepted it for what it was.
No.
It was for me.
I liked the fight between him and Agent Smith down in that building.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. I feel like,
but you can tell Keanu's a little slower.
Well, and that's
nowadays.
The thing too. Like it fits more with John Wick because he's doing that like gun kimbo. So like he's doing throws, but when you're trying to do like hand to hand combat, he's slower and getting older.
He didn't even do that. He just pushed people away from him.
Yeah, it was really. It was very much a.
Like when does this motherfucker start doing key blasts and shit? Like,
but I like that he wasn't Neo from the past. You know, like
okay.
And very much a force using.
And how they explained it, made perfect sense why he wasn't as powerful as he was. So It made sense. They explained it, and that's what I appreciated about
I
it.
still don't understand Morpheus.
Yeah, well, he was a program.
But I don't
There's-
understand why he was Morpheus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like why did he need to be Morpheus?
Why-
Like
why
that
was
is
he
one
so-
thing I had an issue with.
Look, here's my thing. 100% about Hugo Weaving. If you don't need to bring, when you say Agent Smith, that's Hugo Weaving to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You could have had that guy be a different character, in which I would have been better off with.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
think they
Agent
should
Smith.
have.
What the fuck is there's nothing remotely close to resembling. I know what they're going to say is that he's a new program, so he's different, but it's still Agent Smith.
Mm.
It's not. Morpheus, I have no idea why the fuck they brought him back. The dude, like, he was such a pivotal role in the past 3 movies, but now he's. I was
Well,
like,
obviously
why is he fucking there? He doesn't
The
need to be there.
Morpheus character is dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They-
but
it's 60 years past
But
Matrix
why did
3.
it take 60 years to wake up in the fucking Matrix? Like, is it because it took him that long to heal him, the machines, because they didn't know how to
Well,
properly
they
heal
couldn't
people?
find him. That was the
I
thing. They
just-
couldn't find him. That was one of the things. That
Yeah, they
actually-
said they were searching.
right.
So
So yeah, there was a lot of things I feel like they didn't really explain well. Like I'm still not 100% on like why the machines were fighting each other, and some things. I like some of the scenes I even rewatched a couple times just to
yeah,
make sure I wasn't like
Well-
flipping through my phone and I missed something.
Well, the machines were
I
fighting
did that a
each other
couple times
for
too.
power because they didn't have enough energy. But yet again, they're still creating humans for batteries, which I don't understand. But the things I did appreciate is they did explain what happened with Zion and what happens with certain other characters, which I appreciate.
Give us your real thoughts, Rob, because I
I-
think you're lowballing this
I'm
compared
not
to the
lowballing it. I'm telling you what I'd
the
like. about it.
conversation when I said I watched it and I was like, yeah, I actually didn't mind it.
I didn't like.
Rob
Rob was
Zilla
like,
said,
I didn't
"I'd
like
rather
it.
eat a bowl of shit."
yeah,
Yes.
It's
he-
I
he
just
was
didn't like it.
he was like, it sucked dick.
Look.
He was
This
being
is-
very transphobic.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say. He was.
I don't give a.
That's the only reason why Rob doesn't like
I
this
don't-
movie is because
I don't care if
a trans person made it.
I don't care if they're a half fucking monkey and a lion.
Oh, now he's
And a
now,
fucking
what's he getting
griffin.
racist
He's
now?
I
deflecting
don't give
now.
a shit.
He's getting
It
racist
sucked.
now?
I did not like it. And then it's just.
I think you're
everything-
just a hate-
everything from the original.
I
Matrix
just think
was
you're a
groundbreaking.
hateful white person.
That's I'll go with that. That's fine.
That's why you
I don't
didn't
even
like it.
care
I
at
mean,
this
let's
point.
be honest.
Let's be honest here. That's fine.
You homophobic, racist piece of shit.
That's fine.
That's exactly what.
Why don't you just go hang out with Peacekeeper's dad?
Yeah,
I'll gladly hang out with
That-
Robert Patrick.
I thought the action was good in it, and some of the the bigger scenes towards the end
The bigger scenes toward the end was good. The chase with
where they blow shit up and all
Right.
that was good.
now the chase scene on the motorcycle with Trinity and Neo. I think that was the best part. That was the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
The fight scene between him and Smith was okay, but it's just like
what was up with the like people they ran into? Like, was it? It felt like it was like very Captain Hookish almost.
yeah,
Like the,
yeah,
didn't it feel like you were just
They-
waiting for Captain Hook to come out and
Yeah,
like
they're-
stop Neo?
yeah. I'm like, he's like, he came out. I'm like, I recognize that dude. That's like the fucking Frenchman, isn't it?
Yes, the Merovingian.
Yeah. But then they don't explain what happened with the Oracle. Like, oh well, we haven't heard from her in like 60 years.
Well, I think they
What the
because
I think they do
I
kind
thought
of.
they did say what happened to the Oracle. I think they said just they removed the program or something.
Yeah,
Is that what
Neil
okay?
Neil
because they got rid of the architect and the Oracle.
Neil Patrick
Right.
Harris kind of explains everything when he's like ranting about being the best,
okay.
But I thought that was kind of cool how he was controlling Neo, and they kind of made it into a video game. And
I really
Well-
liked that first hour
yeah,
where they were kind of explaining all that and kind of like basically sort of like I don't know, psychically suppressing him in a way.
yeah,
And I thought that first hour really had some neat ideas. I'm kind of with Rob. I think the action didn't have like the Matrix polish that like when you think of the Matrix, you think of like
right.
literally in the movie they make fun of bullet time and
Yeah.
all that.
Well, it was when Matrix came out, it was groundbreaking. To me, it's caught up to where every kind of action movie is kind of doing that now, and it's just not as good, in my opinion. But
I did like that he created the second like program almost that was
The model or whatever.
yeah, the model, which was his memories of the Matrix, and they could go in and look at Trinity having the one fight where she like leaps up in the air or whatever. But that was kind of cool.
I really wish if they were going to go like meta with it like they did instead of making a game. I wish they'd have just made it a movie
Yeah,
and like if Keanu would have been almost Keanu until he found out that it's like, oh no, it was real,
It sounded like he killed himself a couple times in the Matrix.
or tried to.
Yeah, jumped off the roof or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was solid. I know you guys thought it was just a kind of a box office grab, which it is. They're there to make
I
money.
think my exact words were just unnecessary. It was just an unnecessary movie for me.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said from my memory.
I mean, I do give it
That I
credit that it
gather.
does feel like a Matrix movie. The feel of it, you still get the feel of it, but it's just not there, in my opinion.
You're just a fucking fanboy.
You can call it whatever you call it.
I tell you, I rewatched.
Am I copying other people's answers? No.
I watched.
You're really not. No,
No.
you have your own opinion
Yeah,
on this.
I mean,
I rewatched Reloaded and Revolutions for the first time since I saw them in the theater.
I wanted to watch Revolution.
That's
again,
going on
so I
like
can-
almost 20 years, like 19 years
Yeah.
or 18 years now.
Mhm.
And the one thing that I really liked from those two resurrections is really that how much the first Matrix trilogy is just the love story, basically.
Yeah.
It's Neo and Trinity.
It's always been a love story.
And all that other stuff, the pills and all that. It's just kind of their love story, really. And there's that moment in this movie where, the analyst Neil Patrick Harris has been keeping them apart for the whole movie.
Right.
He gives Trinity like a husband and some, kids. But they still feel it. That's like a big part of the thing is the binary that they're meant to be close together because that sort of gives them power. But if they can't be together, because then it's too much. And there's that moment when they're in the cafe and her Matrix family's convinced her like, no, just come with us. Forget about
Right.
him. But it clicks with her and she comes back and they get together. And that scene in the Simulate Cafe or whatever it was.
Simulate.
No, it is a powerful moment.
I really loved
Well,
that moment.
Oh, it's a powerful movie now.
No, I said powerful moment.
Oh, okay. That-
Big difference.
okay.
But I did like how you called her Tiffany. She's like, "Don't call me by that fucking name." I was
That
like,
was good.
that's
She was
pretty-
getting pissed
Yeah, she
over
was
that.
getting pissed. Yeah.
So while I actually agree largely with the problems that anybody brings up, but just for me, that sort of part of the love story, it really worked for me, and it kind of saves the movie in a way for me.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a valid
100% with you. I
Yeah.
liked how they needed each other
Yeah.
to, be what they were or whatever, and I liked how it kind of shifted to her this time.
Yeah.
So
I still understand how they needed each other, but there was nothing connecting or anything how powerful they could be together in any of the trilogies or even near the end of the trilogy. And then all of a sudden they just bring it back as a
But
connection
I
with
mean,
it.
right?
you
'Cause
say that.
the Oracle, the Oracle said, the Trinity's she'll fall in love with the one or whatever, and then he saves her in Reloaded.
When he's getting his ass kicked and she's holding on to him, while she's out of the Matrix,
Right.
and then he kind of kicks into gear.
Right. So I think
He's
I think it's there.
Yeah,
That's
it's
yeah.
there in slow, like
Doses?
methodical
Paces?
doses, throughout the.
There's a moment there's that moment in the cafe where they get together, and I think they did a cut back to Revolutions, and like I said, I just watched it that morning where like Neo is stuck in the train depot, the trainman, and it's actually a really great moment in Revolutions because they spend Reloaded like jumping through hoops. And then finally in Revolution, they're just like they put the gun to the guy, like, just take us to Neo now. We're done playing all this shit.
Yeah.
And she gets up and she shows up on the train to get him, and they cut back to that. And it really, I don't know, that scene just really worked for me.
I like that
it
they
kinda-
didn't have to use like phones to get out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like, they could just hop wherever they wanted to.
At least they upgraded with that, and programs evolve, upgrade, so they're able to
Yeah.
do that. So at least they're doing that
Like,
with the story.
The one part where they were in the bathroom, he was like, "You gotta go through the mirror.
Yes.
You gotta
fuck?
go through it. Make it fit." They're like, "Okay, fuck it, jump."
Yeah.
I kind of liked it, kind of disliked it that all the agents didn't look the same anymore.
Yeah.
They
And I
look
missed
like
that.
zombies.
I
They're
missed that.
just
Well, that's kind of what they were.
Yeah.
I think they even called them the Swarm or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I kind of
I like
missed that.
swarm mode.
It
That was cool.
Like you said in that fight toward the end, where they turn them into like kamikazes. They like
That
Yeah.
was
jumping out of their apartment buildings, trying
Yeah.
to get them off their motorcycle. or
And
whatever.
I think that was the best part in
Yeah.
terms of action wise. I thought that was fantastic. It was awesome.
I feel like that's one of those ones I don't know if it needed to be a 2.5-hour movie.
No.
How about you,
Hit
House?
him with that hour 35.
Right. 95 minutes.
Mm.
Credits to
Just
credits.
unnecessary movie. Just
For those
I'm
of you
good.
that don't know, Mr. PBS is campaigning to bring back the shorter movies.
Did I tell you guys? I've
You
always
watched an old movie? Yeah.
I want somebody. I think maybe I brought this up when we talked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or something like that. That I want somebody to challenge Tarantino to make like an under 2-hour movie again because he hasn't made one in like a decade. And I think that's what I like to do. Like get like Christopher Nolan. Like here's the money you get. It's like at least half of what you normally get. The movie has to be like 90 minutes, 100 minutes. Can't go over 2 hours.
I can just picture Tarantino hearing this.
Right.
Fuck you, motherfucker. What the fuck do you fucking care?
Exactly. His head would fucking explode.
I'll make whatever the fuck movie
He'd
I
do it
want.
and just make it all feet.
Yeah.
Right?
Why'd you make it
It'd
like
be 87 minutes of feet.
There you go.
It's called 10 Little Piggies.
10 Little Piggies. That's a great
Oh,
title for a
man.
movie. Oh, so like we're split on The Matrix, obviously.
You know, that's a lot of reviews. That's what I heard.
I think I gave it like 3 out of 5 stars.
I think I gave
I
it
heard
2.
a lot of people were kind of like Robzilla just didn't like it. And the people who liked it kind of loved it.
Now, Rob, 2 means it's below average. It's
It's
at
2.
least an average movie.
Okay, I can say I'll give it an average movie.
I think you need to go in and re-update that.
No.
Add that half star onto it.
No.
He wants to watch.
He just wants to stand out and be the snob that,
I'm not being a snob.
Oh, I hated The
I
Matrix.
hate the movie.
I gave it 2.5
That's fair.
because
You
I
know,
didn't hate it. I just really felt it was absolutely unnecessary. It did
it
not
certainly
answer
was.
any
Yeah,
questions
I-
that anybody had.
I didn't
There
love
was
it.
nothing from the trilogy that anybody needed that movie for.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. So it kind of just fell right in the middle for me.
I feel like if they just made a whole movie about Trinity, I've been probably happier with it.
Is it the worst out of all the movies?
I think it's a tie between that and Revelations.
It's really just kind of on par.
Yeah.
With the rest of the
Yeah.
series.
Like they just continually go, on a
Mhm.
downward slope. I mean, you're never gonna beat that first movie where he fights Agent Smith down in the train station and he tells him to come on. Like that's just so fucking
Or when
iconic.
like you think he's Neo dies, he gets shot, he gets up,
Yeah.
stops the bullets, and then just heals.
Yeah. I
So
mean, that
fucking sweet.
movie is just so fucking great. I
And
mean,
the amount of times I went to the Dollar Theater and seen that in the South End was like probably like 8 or 9 times.
I can see Rob with his fucking Diet Coke in there and
Sitting there with his tub of popcorn.
hi
Right,
sir.
you got
I'm-"
No, you was not touching the popcorn in that place. That had mold.
Rob goes up to the counter and is like, "Sir, I'd like 1 ticket to the Matrix, right?
How did
Yes,
you
sir.
guess?
Their Diet Coke's on the counter over there, sir."
I swear to God, it was like they had the exact same 3 movies before it closed. It was like The Matrix, Lake Placid, and like Austin
Right.
Powers 2.
So during my time off on holiday break, because we had our holiday break.
I don't know what that is.
What's that?
We had our break.
That
Plug
ended
your
in,
nose, boy.
in 2003 when I was 18.
Hot Sauce has just been on like Christmas vacation forever.
Yeah.
So like,
Look at this shit, man.
the question is, are you ever going to get a haircut? Are you going to shave your beard?
Um,
Can you? I need you to grow out the beard and grow out a ponytail. So you got
dude, my hair grows so fucking slow.
the
Like
front and the
this
back
is
covered.
I
this
told
is
you,
like August.
He needs to wear an ascot.
you should have slicked your hair back and had sunglasses on tonight.
My sunglasses are in the.
Matrix.
I mean, there might be sunglasses in this pile of shit somewhere.
Get an earpiece.
So during our time off, I went ahead and took advantage of Amazon. They have sales on their channels, and Showtime was 2 months for 99 cents. I was like, fuck yeah.
That's a steal.
So with new Dexter, so I started watching Dexter, and I've obviously finished it because it's over with now after this week.
Is that still 12 episodes?
No, it's only 8
Only 8.
or 9, I think.
Okay.
Sorry, 9, maybe 10.
Is it a one-off or is there another season?
Oh, it's totally a one-off.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil, but I really enjoyed it. And look, as terrible as the one ending was
Terrible.
for season 9, I mean, they like a lot of people are bitching about how this is ending, and it's only because I think that they know they're not going to get more. But I thought it was very poetic and like kind of like justified how they did this one.
I've heard that people didn't like it, but I've heard people liked it better than
But
the other one.
it was solid. You know, your typical. And here's the thing: it's bread and butter for Dexter.
Yeah.
He's hunting bad people and serial killers, but he's been away for 10 some years, and he's hiding out in upper state New York. You know, in this small town, and you know,
And his name's Jim Lindsay, by the way. It's
Yeah.
not Dexter.
yeah,
right?
he's changed his name. Obviously, he's faked his death.
Yeah.
So, but you know, he becomes part of this town. He dates the sheriff or whatever. Yeah,
Well,
the
that's his
chief.
first mistake.
Yeah, I mean, the dude just literally. I mean, Dexter cannot keep out of trouble. Eventually, it comes back to get him.
And I'm going to start the last season, and I'm like, this motherfucker should have been caught season 2 by Sergeant Dokes.
Yeah.
But and then like, I don't know.
But this season was called New Blood.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was just a mini series, and you know, it's no secret. I don't think you know, by now everybody kind of knows by the title, but Harrison finds him.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they kind of explain what happened to Dexter's girlfriend that he left Harrison with.
Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah kind of dies of cancer, and Harrison goes through foster homes and eventually runs away to find Dexter because he sees him online.
And he's like what, 14 or something like that? Or
Yeah, he's in
young?
high school.
Yeah.
He's a high school age, but very interesting. I liked I really liked what they did after being away for so long, and
I really liked that they were away for so long.
after that ending, it was that
Boy,
ending was
Boy,
offensive.
was that terrible.
It was offensive.
Well, I want to get to that point. I'll let you know how offensive it is.
And
So
I listened to a lot of Michael C. Hall interviews.
If you see Robzilla posting on Facebook that he's feeling like not being alive much longer, you'll know that he finished the regular run of Dexter.
I wish Michael C. Hall would just stab me in the fucking chest at this point.
But Dexter was good. I really liked it, and he said that they owed fans, you know, a proper
Yeah.
send off for
That's an
Dexter,
understatement.
right?
Well, I mean, it's not going to end well for him because I'm like, with a guy like that, it can't end like a happy ending. I would
And then
assume.
I've been checking out Yellowjackets, which is this new show. Fucking great.
That's what I've been
What's
hearing.
that?
It is entertaining. So Yellowjackets is on Showtime. It comes on Sunday at 10, but I think it's available to stream earlier. I'm not for sure. I'm not 100% on that. But it's about this girls soccer team in the 90s, and they're like the shit. You know, if they're getting ready to go to nationals. They fly. Their plane crashes out in the wilderness, and it's kind of got like a Lost vibe, but not really. Like there's something mysterious about this area where they've crashed. You know, some weird shit's happening, but then it kind of flashes back. It goes back and forth between the future and when they crashed.
So it is kind of similar to Lost, where it kind of jumps
Yeah,
between
but,
flashbacks and stuff.
You know, you go back to the future with the women that have survived, and they've got some secret pact that you just don't know about. I mean, you kind of assume that there's some shit going on between them.
Yeah.
But you know, like there's people from the media trying to get them to, you know, coerce them into doing a book for money and shit like that. But and then there's just these little things that are going on. But it's really fucking cool. I think this is one of the better shows that I've watched in a couple of years. So very entertaining. I highly recommend it.
Is there any like big names on that show? I don't think there is there?
Christina Ricci plays one of the
Older girls, is it?
older girls.
I thought I remember seeing a trailer for it.
Yeah, there is. There's people you recognize.
Okay.
Not really necessarily big name actors or
Okay.
actresses.
That's probably like the biggest name though. Is
Yeah,
like
Christina Ricci's probably the biggest. The daughter from Christmas Vacation's in it. I forget her name, but she's been in
Wow.
tons of stuff.
Was she in?
I'm thinking it's Christmas Vacation.
I know I can see her face.
It may be.
Juliette
Lewis.
Yes.
Juliette Lewis.
Is it
Lewis.
Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, she won like she played in From Dusk Till Dawn, wasn't she?
Dusk
She
Till
played
Dawn.
her daughter.
Yeah, she was the daughter in that
That's
too.
right,
Yeah. But she's really good in it. Solid fucking show though, dude. Like, I mean, if I had to rate it on like a 5-star thing, I'd probably say 4.5.
Okay.
But very entertaining. You know, highly recommend it.
How many episodes are you on now, or is out yet?
I think I just finished 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it dropped weekly or is
And
it all at once?
there's one more left. It drops weekly. There's
Okay.
one more left. So I think there's 10 episodes.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but
You heard Sleazy. Do not quote him on 9 + 1 is 10.
yeah, don't quote me on that. Yeah, but good show. I mean,
I've seen the movie people I follow on Twitter talking about it quite a bit.
I've heard people compare it. It's like Lost meets like Lord of the Flies or something like that. I don't know. That's what people kind of
there's
compared
something
it to.
Lord
like
of the
it's,
Flies was fun.
it's funny because it's not like there's no like smoke monster coming out after these girls or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Let's just get that out of the way. But there's something just mysterious about where they're at, and there's some weird shit that happens, and you're kind of like, man, this is some fucking I don't even know if I would say supernatural or you know, there's just something weird
Well,
about where
you're,
they're at.
you're on an island, so yeah, it's probably something weird.
Yeah, Yellowjackets. Let's see here. Melanie Linsky.
That name's familiar.
You would recognize her. I think she was from
Wasn't she Orange is the New Black? Or no, that's not.
I've never watched one episode of The Orange is the New Black, and I still will never watch it.
I'm thinking of that name.
Dude,
she was in Up in the Air, Intervention. She was in Don't Look Up. If you guys would ever fucking watch that
I'll
movie.
watch it.
Well, they just
Melanie Linsky. That's
they just raised the price at Netflix today, so who knows?
Did they really?
Yep.
Those cocksuckers. And you know, like I shouldn't bitch because I don't even know when it comes out of my checking account. But
I know, right?
but it just upsets me that they keep raising the price. You know. God, what? I feel like she was in like Frasier or something, or maybe
hang
2.5
on.
Men.
It's 2.5
She's the
Men.
one from 2.5 Men.
Two and
She's
a
the
Half
crazy
Men.
bitch.
She was
Yeah.
Rose.
Rose, yes. I'm looking at her like, fuck, I know who that. Yeah, 2.5 Men. That's Rose.
She's in a bunch of stuff.
The one girl, Ella Purnell, is pretty. I think she's played in something.
Melina, let's see, the Linsky, right? Now I remember her from 2.5 Men. She was the stalker of Charlie.
Yes.
Ella
Yes, that
Purnell was in
2
Army of
minutes ago.
Dead.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like I said, there's people you'll recognize in this show. So
Yeah, Juliette Lewis, Christina Ricci. Yeah.
You said Ella Purnell from Army of the Dead.
yeah, I think she was the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christina Ricci, man, she's doing a good job. It's nice to see Christina Ricci in something again.
Yeah, I haven't seen her do anything.
Yeah, she hasn't done. I mean, she did a couple small movies here and there, but it's funny she just kind of took a break or something like that. But it's nice to see her acting again.
I know they're really campaigning her to be an Addams Family.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they were trying to get her to be Morticia, I believe,
or
or want her to play that.
All right, but we're on our last topic of the night. We're at 57 minutes. So we're going to talk now that we're all together. And the last time we were together and we did a show, it was the Christmas episode. So we didn't really talk in depth about Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, it just came out, so we didn't really want to spoil it.
And Mr. PBS finally got off his straw bed and fucking watched it. So,
Indeed.
I mean, that's always a plus right there.
Right.
But anyways, 5 out of 5 stars. I love this movie. It was so fucking great. I think we can, the cat's out of the bag. Toby and Andrew, they both reprised their roles. So we got 3 fucking Spider-Man in it. But Mr. PBS, since you were here, we couldn't really get your opinion last time.
Yeah.
And Hot Sauce, I want to hear you guys talk about it.
I think I knocked it down a star, honestly.
Did you really?
I think I knocked it down a half a star or a star.
It wasn't. I'll say this. I didn't think it was as epic as like the last 2 Avengers movies, but for a Spider-Man movie, it was fucking awesome.
It's close, but
I think in context, yeah, because I feel like it's as big a movie as those, but it's Spider-Man. Like,
right.
yeah.
For that, to do what they did and it be a Spider-Man movie, that's impressive. There's problems that are fucking problems.
I have a feeling that Mr. PBS is about to shit all over it.
Yeah.
There's problems that are fucking problems. It's just like, I mean,
you
want him to shit
blown
or do
away
you
by
want-
it though when you saw it.
oh, I loved it. I thought it was a great fucking movie. I absolutely loved it. If anything, I took it from a 5 to a 4 or 5 to 4.5.
Because you
There's
were like,
just problems that are fucking problems.
you saw it like 3 hours before us. So like
Mhm.
right when we were going in, you were kind of coming out, and I just remember looking down on my phone, like seeing, wow, guys, enjoy.
Yep. That's why.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I'd
Yeah.
go
Oh,
see
yeah.
it again. I absolutely fucking loved it. But the problems that it has are such big problems. Like, it's just, I mean, I don't even know where to start. Like,
So what's the big problem?
the whole, okay, Doctor Strange. Now, comic book guys can jump on me on this one or defend it or back it up. Doctor Strange is supposed to be ignorantly fucking powerful, correct? Like, I mean, he's up there like Wanda, Doctor Strange, like they're very powerful individuals.
I would say he's powerful, but I don't think he knows everything.
Yeah, he's powerful, but I think you're going into Scarlet Witch era, which is chaos magic, which is like another level.
But he's up there though, right?
Yeah, he's up
I mean,
there. Oh, yeah.
He's not just like shit tier, okay? So when he fucking knocks Peter out of the body and he's just like, oh, let me float in the air for 10 seconds. This is cool. I'm back. No. When they enter the fucking the mirror realm and it's just like, haha, trapezoid, I figured this out. Haha, I'm gonna trap you in here.
Geometry. Yeah, that I mean, that's kind of like,
Oh,
really?
this is geometry. I can do this.
No.
I can see where that's a problem, but it's funny too.
No. The whole you forgot everybody forgot you. So it's just like, what happens? Like, who are you? Like, there's no video of you anymore. There's nothing that's ever happened anymore of you. Like,
No
it's just
social security number.
your social security, school records. Like, you don't fucking exist anymore. Nobody fucking knows you. What about all this? See, now I'm gonna start ranting. My blood pressure's going up.
Then my heart's gonna.
I think
Happy doesn't know you
hard.
anymore, so you fucking go see Happy at Aunt May's grave. Spoiler alert! Fuck you if you haven't seen it yet.
That's
and
my problem with the movie right there.
You're
I think
sitting there.
Happy remembered Spider-Man, but he didn't remember Peter Parker.
Well, that's the
Okay,
thing. They
and
still
that's a
do
problem.
remember Spider-Man.
yeah.
And that's a fucking problem because doesn't Peter Parker have Stark technology and access to Stark shit? So does he just fucking show up one day?
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Because he
But
didn't.
no,
have
that's what I'm saying though. Does he just fucking show up one day like, oh, let me get my suit? And Happy's like, who the fuck are you? Like, I mean, just like that's huge. And then the article I read the other day, they what was it, comicbook.com or something? Oh, the writers explained, the major plot hole of everybody forgetting him. And they're like, oh yeah, we just did that. Like the next person that writes the next movie will have to deal with that. Like that was how they explained it. Like,
That's
oh, well,
funny.
yeah.
Whatever.
And that just really
problem
pissed me off.
I think the
problem
explanation for that is now they can give him back to Sony
Right.
because everybody in the MCU's forgotten about him.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. But
If they have to give him
now
back
they're
to Sony.
now they're bringing Andrew Garfield back.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we know what to do now.
See, my problem is they killed Aunt May. That's my fucking problem.
They
Man,
had
Jesus
to.
Christ.
They had to.
Oh,
it was her birthday not too long ago, the other day or something like that.
like she got up and started walking, and then she started falling down. I said, "God damn it!" I looked at Sleazy. I said, "God damn it! They're gonna kill her."
Yeah, we both grabbed each other like, say it ain't so.
So, yeah, Aunt May, fuck. But the other thing I would like to see, of course, it's a long movie, anyways. But like, it seemed like they kind of rushed him going to court and everything. Like, oh yeah, you got cleared of everything. You're fine.
It was nice that they brought Daredevil back.
Oh my god.
And now we know, like, oh man, Charlie Cox is going to be back.
Well, apparently, I did read that there's a lot of cutscenes with him as in the suit,
Yeah.
and then like I guess there's a scene where Venom's there fighting Spider-Man that they took out as well.
No, they never filmed it.
They never filmed it.
Yeah, it was in early drafts of the film, and they scrapped it, for whatever reason. But yeah, I thought what's his face was a great villain in this.
William Dafoe.
I'm not
killed
taking
it. Absolutely killed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not taking everything as seriously as you guys are with the name. I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. Yeah, nobody remembers him, but they still remember Spider-Man somehow. Whatever, I'll live with it. But yeah, Willem Dafoe. Yeah, and I think we all have a bad habit of saying William.
Oh, okay,
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Man, he was fucking psychotic in this. Like, I mean, was that fight scene in the condo like
It was the
one
most,
of the best superhero fight scenes you've seen?
That's probably the most brutal.
Yeah.
More like intense.
Them going through fucking concrete after concrete.
He's like gave him a fucking German, like a fucking belly suplex through concrete.
I love when he was just like hitting him and he was just so fucking like psychotic. He's just laughing like, whatever, dude.
I did like how you get to see Tom Holland's spider sense, because you didn't really see it in his past couple movies.
Right.
And it's kind of cool because like
his Peter Tingle.
Yeah, Peter Tingle.
Ooh, which is his spider tingle now.
So like it's like, and it's funny because he's in a room full of villains. So he's kind of had to focus, like, who's trying to fuck him up. And of course it's Green Goblin. It's the dark half coming through. And he's like, you really think I'm gonna let you take my power or something? And I was like, oh, Defoe.
You're gods.
Yeah. You take what you want.
It's funny because whatever year the first Spider-Man came out, like, was that 2000-ish, whatever?
Yeah, 2000.
That was on like the next day after I saw it. And it was kind of weird seeing Willem Dafoe because in a way he's aged a lot, but in a way he's almost hasn't aged at all.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny to watch, like, wow, okay.
So I don't think did we get your opinion?
My opinion is that this Spider-Man is a very average to maybe slightly above average Marvel movie with some very 5-star moments in it.
Okay, I'll accept that.
I said this when what was the last one, Far From Home. There was something about it that I couldn't put my finger on that I didn't like, and it's still in this one. And I said it was a not like a pacing issue, because when I say a pacing issue, I mean you're kind of like looking at your watch, and it just the word I came up with in my mind was sloppy. I felt like the movie didn't, not to go back to this point, the movie didn't need to be 2.5 hours long. I feel there's a lot better movie in there, and it's all there in the movie. But if they could have cut it down, it would have been something like really, really like we were talking about with the Avengers. This should have been an Avengers level movie, because Spider-Man is like the single biggest IP in the world, or was, or whatever. And it just didn't quite do it for me in that way. Like I said, there's moments like when you got all three Peter Parkers talking about, like, with great power comes great responsibility, and they're talking about Uncle Ben and he's talking about Aunt May. That scene was great.
Yeah.
And far and away for me, the best moment was when Andrew Garfield saves MJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that was like the moment of the
like
the
I'm not
movie.
saying I was crying like a baby, but I could have been.
Total
That one-
redemption for his character in movies.
Right. That one like hit you. Like you just felt his pain and you were like, man, that's fucking
Andrew
rough.
Garfield kind of steals the show.
Yeah.
In the little bit that he's in.
And
But just to finish that, like I said, I can't put my finger on it, but I felt like they were back to doing that thing we used to talk about, where there was always one too many jokes.
Right.
And I don't know if that was in Far From Home too, but they got back to that. And especially after like the two last Avengers movies, which I thought were, I mean, I don't remember if they were closer to 3 hours or just 2.5, but they felt right the whole time.
They never really explained how Jamie Foxx's character just completely changed. I
guess,
just assumed like the electrons just made him handsome.
well, what it is that I can understand the look of him, but like it changed his attitude. Like he wasn't like it was like he played himself. It wasn't like the timid, like, obsessive, compulsive kind of guy.
He was like Jamie Foxx in real life.
So what would you say? For me personally, I feel that No Way Home is probably the best of the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I still think his first Spider-Man was his best. I didn't feel like that thing that I'm talking about that I don't really have a word for. I didn't feel that on that first Spider-Man, but I felt it on the last two. And I don't. It's the same director for all three. I think maybe even the same writers.
Yeah, I think it is.
But it's just not there in that first one. It is for the next two, and I can't. Really
I don't know. I mean, I've
quantify
never
it.
really had a problem with any of them like that. I mean, I've enjoyed all of them, but it's just a totally different Spider-Man to me too, because it's not like your regular Spider-Man that we grew up with. So it's a different universe Spider-Man, and I'm fine with that. It is what it is, but I don't know. I'm still partial to the first two.
Yeah.
Like those are just like that was Spider-Man to me.
To me, the 1 and 2 is probably the best in my opinion across the board. And after you see that, after you see Andrew Garfield's performance, you're like, man, he was actually a really good Spider-Man, but just a really shitty way they're doing it.
Now that they've gotten to the universe thing, you can appreciate each movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you're like, it's like, oh, it's just different, you know. It doesn't have to have the same, you know. A lot of like comic book truists or whatever you want to call them, they're like, that's not what happened. This movie's shit because that's not what happened.
Shut the fuck up.
It's just like, you know, it's just take it for what it is. It's a different universe, dude.
Right. You gotta let some of that stuff go. But you know, like I'm kind of with Hot Sauce in a way that, like, you do kind of, the more you think about it, the more you're kind of like, wait,
don't think about it too much.
But like that the whole forgetting thing just kind of seemed like a marketing thing. Like
your whole rant that you did earlier is proof that you need a job, Hot Sauce.
Why?
Because you're thinking way too much about Spider-Man.
No. Okay, let me ask you this. How did Happy meet May?
He's going deep now.
I mean,
He's going deep.
Through Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
yeah.
So this fucker's sitting at a graveside of the woman that he loved and doesn't fucking know how he met her.
Well, he met her through Spider-Man.
Well,
But he doesn't know him anymore.
He knows Spider-Man.
But I don't think that affects the relationships he met through. He can only remember that person, not through who he
Right.
met.
You just sit there like, oh man, I love her. I remember the first time we met, it was
And trust me, Happy, we love Aunt May too.
Unless like everything just changed and, you know.
somebody posted a picture, because there's that scene where he goes back to school and they got like the whole display case
Yeah.
with his face next to Spider-Man and everything. So like, you know, everybody's gonna get snapped or whatever. Like, oh, what's this random guy's face doing here next to Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Right. And you know, what about the end credit scene where just a little bit of the symbiote gets left behind when it gets snapped back into its original
And
universe?
I thought that was kind of silly.
It was
yeah.
kind of like a lame excuse for them to bring
It
them
was.
into
yeah.
One
the
thing,
MCU.
And I thought that because them leaving the symbiote, that because I'm not for certain, but I believe Flash Thompson becomes Venom, I think, somewhere in the comic books. I'm
Yeah.
assuming they're going to try to make him Venom.
Because he's
and
obsessed with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, and that's how they continue in that universe. But I might be incorrect. But
I was sort of getting away from what the movie is to what maybe it could have been in other ways. You know, we all knew that Garfield and Maguire were going to be in there. So are you kind of surprised they didn't have like one other big kind of surprise in there that maybe we didn't see coming? Like, you know, what if Iron Man had shown up from another dimension at some moment? You know, like what if Iron Man showed up and saved Aunt May, and then Green Goblin killed Iron Man and Aunt May?
Did you see all
shit.
the, like at the end where Doctor Strange is doing his thing and he's like, I gotta hurry up and do this, and he's like, I can't hold them all back. Did you see all the figures that were coming through?
yeah.
I didn't
Like,
see any of them.
Well,
Rhino, Scorpio.
Or the same Superior Spider-Man, which is basically Doc Ock and Peter Parker's body.
Yeah.
And then Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, they were all coming through. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see like a villain show up that we didn't know before.
Right.
Or what if like a fourth Spider-Man that we had no idea who he is had shown up or something.
Or
like
Spider Pig showed up.
Yeah. I've been happy with that.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Well, then,
Like-
you hear Jamie Foxx like, oh, there's got to be a black Spider-Man.
Right.
Some, you're
Miles
going to get
Morales is
Miles
coming.
Miles.
It would have been great if there was a scene where like we show up and there's a dead Spider-Man and they take the mask off.
Yeah.
And it's none of the Spider-Man we know or something like that.
Yeah.
So that might have been kind of cool. There, even though there's already a lot going on. But what if they really wanted, if they wanted to get the symbiote in there, what if symbiote Spider-Man had shown up?
Yeah.
That could have been kind of. So, but like I said, but I like the stuff in there. I like the catharsis of, he really turns from teenage Peter Parker. He really becomes, he goes from Spider Boy to Spider Man in a way. And I thought a lot of that stuff was great. And it just goes in there with Toby and Garfield and comes out with him and all that. And I feel like there was just kind of too much around that. And if they'd have really honed in on that some more, it would have helped. And also, I feel like the final fight wasn't all that great.
It was okay.
I feel like the power bombs through the building were kind of more exciting in a way.
Well, the thing with at least the last fight is it's supposed to be extremely brutal, and I of course it's not as like super fancy or any other fights, but it's just the down and gritty and brutality of Spider-Man wanting to kill Green Goblin. That's what you take away from it. I still thought it was just fucking awesome. He's just fucking beating the shit out of the Green Goblin and just taking it.
So how did Toby's Spider-Man survive? Because he got impaled, man.
Well, I guess if you go to the comic,
he must have missed the organs.
If they all go back to their regular dimensions, do they all just die anyway?
That's
Yeah,
why I read
so.
that they just die anyways.
Hey, don't think about it.
Right. Don't think
Just
about
enjoy your movie. Don't think about it.
Yeah, it seemed kind of silly for them to cure them if they had to all go back to
their home dimension or whatever.
Or does it change at all?
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it did.
And I think in a comic
Or
book,
the thing
Spider-Man
is, do they remember any of it because they don't remember who Peter Parker is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That if I know like Spider-Man has like a kind of like a healing factor, so I'm assuming he didn't hit any major organs and he's gonna heal fine supposedly. But
Yeah, that dude's gonna be on some couch time.
and
for
I'm curious too what the strength level is because like Tom Holland's Spider-Man was struggling, and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man wasn't nothing to him.
I love that they cracked on Tobey Maguire. They were like, "So do you have an outfit, or are you going to show up like
a youth pastor?
a
at
youth
summer camp?
pastor?" Yeah,
And he pulled down
That
his
was a
shirt.
funny line.
Yeah. Well, then I like when they did the web shooters. He's like, "That came out of you." It's like, "Yeah, you guys can't do that."
I like that scene where they're in the lab.
Yeah.
And what's the friend's name?
Ned.
Ned.
Ned's like Peter Parker, and they're like,
Like,
what?
Yeah. What?
So
No. You come here.
that
On the
goes back
computer.
to like, there's plenty of really funny jokes in these movies, and then there's always like some kind of lame, like you didn't need that. Kind of
I like
Well-
that they showed all the Peter Parkers like doing science
right,
too,
right.
because Peter Parker is a scientist.
I mean, how did you feel when Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, sees Doc Ock again? He's like, "It's good to see you, dear boy." Like, oh,
You know,
sweet Jesus.
I kind of wish
I didn't
had
care for that.
I kind of wish they'd had a little more for Doc Ock to do, especially being a good guy.
Yeah.
But it was I like the characters they brought back. Did they really need to bring back Kurt Connor's Lizard? I don't really know if he did anything in there.
They didn't really need to bring back like
They just
the
brought him
Lizard or
back.
even Sandman.
Well, Sandman had to be there to
Yeah.
try to get the button. He needed to go back to see his daughter, so that's why he was there. And he kind of makes sense. But I don't, I liked. I did, the Willem Dafoe, the whole, the we're God's thing. That was good. His character was good.
He made that movie.
The whole
He
thing
killed
where he says the line again, like I'm something of a scientist myself.
Yeah, that was great.
That was kind of like part eye roll, part laugh. Like gosh.
I love that he was just this like lost sweet old man with Aunt May.
Yeah.
And they're like, get away from him.
I hope Willem Dafoe made a ton of money on this movie and goes back to making his weird movies and shows up for his blockbusters when he feels like it.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
It warms my movie loving heart.
It is. I want to go. I want to watch Boondock Saints with him in it because that's just fucking phenomenal. And so one other thing too, when Andrew Garfield saves MJ, after the second I turned to Eric, I said, "Is she dead?" He couldn't stop laughing.
Shit, not again.
Yeah. Do you guys like that meme I showed you where they showed what's her face from the second movie coming out of the portal ready to help fight, and she was like, it showed her like right when she broke her neck.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and then like I think when he throws her out of the school and shoots her the web and slings her down, they cut to where she like snaps her neck. It's just like there's a lot of those memes too.
That would have been like say it's kind of in the what if category. Like what if like just a ton of other dimensions Spider-Man's had to show up or something.
Yeah.
What if Thanos kind of showed back up? Not that he
well,
knew
just
Peter
like
Parker
Spider-Man
was-
into the Spider-Verse, like these different ones like Spider Pig and Spider Noir and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So like I said, it was kind of average movie for me with some really great moments. But I
didn't overthink it. I just took it for what it was, and I enjoyed it.
I mean, we've been waiting for that forever. It's
Yeah. In fact, I even pre-ordered the
Yeah.
steel disc or steel book from Best Buy.
I would like to quickly revisit. I'm sure you remember whenever MCU got Spider-Man, we were arguing with somebody online who was like, Sony will never let Marvel have Spider-Man ever again. And we went through like the box office mojo and be like, look, they lost money this last Spider-Man. Look at these leaked emails. And this guy was like, never in a million years.
Because
Hey,
Amazing
money talks.
Spider-Man I mean, it made a decent amount of money, but it was considered a failure.
Oh, after advertising and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it lost money.
So I just always remember arguing with that guy, and here we are, like 3 or 4
I
years
wonder
later.
what was that in? I don't think I vaguely
It's
remember
probably
it.
on the Nerdco page.
But yeah, somebody was arguing with. Yeah, I think it was Nerdco, but they were like arguing with us. They're like, Sony is never going to give them up. And I was like, there's too much money to be made.
You have to realize
Here-
these people don't fucking care about nostalgia. They just
They
want
s-
your money.
They saw Avengers did $1 billion, and they were like, we can get some of that money because
Hey,
we're not
Kevin?
making it on our own.
Hey, Kevin, could you come help us out? With
And
Spider-Man?
here we are, however many years later, we got a Spider-Man movie with all 3 of them in it.
Yeah,
And
I
the
think-
Spider-Man, and the first Spider-Man is canon now.
I think the
It's
only
first
thing we've
MCU.
ever been wrong on is Batman with Ben Affleck.
I don't think we were wrong on that. The world was wrong on that.
Yeah,
That's the world. Was
we
wrong
just
on that.
didn't.
No, Warner Brothers was wrong on that. That's who's wrong on
Yeah,
that.
I
Those are
thought he was a
dumbest
great
mother-
Batman, but
Dumbest motherfuckers, man. Warner Brothers.
they really are.
They
And
are.
This whole shit that they're talking about doing with Flashpoint.
If
Like,
I was Ben Affleck, I'd be like,
have you
"Oh,
guys-
really? Who's going to make the movie? Warner
have-
Brothers? They can go.
Have
fuck
you guys heard
themselves.
that? You heard that, Hot Sauce?
That he's going to get erased.
Yeah, they're gonna erase the whole DCEU and
The
Flashpoint.
Snyderverse.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Jesus.
Snyderverse pretty much. And now, like, Michael Keaton's gonna hand the reins over to Batgirl, and Supergirl's gonna take Henry Cavill's spot. I mean, these are all rumors. We don't know 100%, but it seems like more and more people keep talking about it.
If I was Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, I'd be like, Warner Brothers can go fuck off.
I don't. I don't think Ben Affleck cares. I think he's done.
Yeah,
with
he's
Batman
done.
anyway.
He's done, and he was really hurt with the fan reaction when he got casted.
That too, and he went through like a lot of his personal stuff too while doing Batman.
Well,
so he
he had
hated
issues
it too.
He had
so.
issues with the people that were running the movies. With
Yeah,
you know,
he said he kind of
Warner
hated
Bros.
like all the reshoot stuff and everything.
That once they got rid of a couple people, I think he was kind of more open to it.
Yeah.
But
He didn't have a problem with Zack Snyder. It was
no,
everything
no,
else.
it's with there's a couple dudes that were like executive producers that were kind of in charge of the DC thing with Zach. But
all they had to do was like, hey, you know what? We're gonna make a DC studio, and you know what? Zack Snyder, why don't you go ahead and handle everything?
He
That's all they had
said-
to do.
he says that
Spin it off.
he says that his part in the Flash is his favorite time playing Batman.
Mhm.
So we'll see. But maybe it'll be one of those things where we see this Flash movie and Ben steals the show.
You know he will,
And
and
the-
Michael
well,
Keaton's gonna steal it.
He ain't gonna steal the show from our Batman.
No, no, probably not.
See Michael Keaton.
I'm
stand
more,
up.
I'm more excited to see Michael Keaton back
Me
as
too.
Batman than I am for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I love that. So
Yeah. But yeah, there's also some rumors that Andrew Garfield might be in Venom's universe.
They're I really think that's
Venom
why.
and Morbius's universe.
I really think that's why they're kind of pushing it back. How well it did. I think they're adding some stuff in my opinion.
I heard
a
that
little
he
bit.
already shot scenes for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what to believe. There's so
Yeah.
much shit that gets thrown out on like Twitter and Instagram and TikTok.
What's the bullshit site? We got this or some shit or whatever.
Oh,
the fuck
yeah,
it
I
is.
fucking- we got this covered. That site is
Yeah.
so fucking.
I haven't
dumb.
even seen that one get shared much lately.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it as
I-
much.
Because
I
Rob
pretty much-
hasn't shared it.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Well, you know, who was it we used to work with? Josh Blackman.
Mhm.
He'd always like send me articles that we got this covered, and I'd like every time I'd be like, dude, this website's full of shit.
Every-
Please stop sending me these articles. And eventually he stopped, and I haven't seen them. So maybe they got shut down because they're so full of shit. But who knows? But it's one of those issues where they got big off of one.
Yeah. Well, they did have like a couple of legitimate scoops.
Yeah, and then it was just like they just started hurling whatever shit got thrown their way.
Got really clickbaity, and
Let's throw this on the wall and see if it sticks.
I follow this one whatever on Twitter, and they do that all the time. They'll share an article like guess who shows up in the new Spider-Man, and they just put like it's already Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield or something.
Right,
So,
right.
Like this article is bullshit. Don't even read it. Here's the answer.
Huh. Well, I think we're all in agreement that we like Spider-Man. It's just the level of likeness, I guess. I think Rob and I seem to like it a little bit more than you guys.
Mhm.
So I think that's
And don't take that as not liking it either.
No,
It's
no.
not a dislike at all.
that's why I said level of likeness. You know, like,
Yeah.
you liked it, but you didn't like it as much as we did.
I mean,
No, and I still loved it. I mean, it's like a 1A 1B like. I mean, it's not. Yeah,
You're-
it's up there.
You're hung up on the details. I understand.
Yeah,
And Mr.
We didn't even
T,
talk about Ned. Don't even get me started on Ned.
and
So can
it's
you
a Marvel movie? I mean, you're gonna get those jokes. I mean,
can you make one of those memes that has the angry wife in bed? Like, I bet he's thinking about that hot chick today. And then like it'll have like,
Probably.
it'll have you on the other side, like,
Right.
why
forgot
don't they
about Peter
fucking
Parker.
recognize Peter Parker anymore?
Right.
What happened to what? Did he ever get the Iron Man suit?
My question is, why is hot MJ still hanging out with Ned if not for Peter?
Mhm.
That's
Right.
the real unanswered.
well, I guess they
question.
were kind of friends at that point. Were they friends even before?
Why was hot MJ friends with Ned if not for?
I guess the
Peter
dude
Parker?
that plays
Exactly.
Ned said he's not going to appear in any more Spider-Man movies.
Well, I mean, like I said, they're basically done. You don't need
Yeah.
to bring them back anymore.
He's not friends with him.
Right.
I thought it was so sad when he got his little apartment and he put the little was it Darth Vader up, or was it a different Star Wars character? I can't remember.
It's
It was a Star Wars Lego character
Right.
that he
It's-
built with Ned.
yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it was Darth Vader.
Could have been.
Is
Maybe
it
it
Darth
was-
Vader or is it the Emperor shooting lightning out?
It was
yeah.
the Emperor shooting
It's the
lightning.
Emperor shooting lightning out of his hands.
Yeah, but I thought that was so sad. Like his last thing of friendship, you know.
And I really did like that moment. Like that was in a way kind of a bold choice. Like, oh, he's gonna stick with it.
I like that he got a comic book accurate outfit too. Like that was sweet.
Yeah.
That shiny blue and
No more
Yeah.
Stark technology.
yeah, he had to run out in the snow. You know his ass was cold out there with that.
I missed that Tony Stark
That
technology.
shitty Stitch from Joanne Fabrics. It's gonna be all ripped up every night.
Oh my god.
Poor fucker.
I mean, how about Ned, man? This guy was gonna be a fucking wizard, and all of a sudden he can't remember shit. I mean,
Yeah.
Dude, see, here we go. Listen, you shouldn't have fucking said nothing. We could have ended this.
I'm sorry.
How in the fuck does Ned, who's just some fucking schlub from high school, which he's not dumb, don't take that as a slight on Ned.
That's going to
How much-
MIT.
Training do these people go through that I don't even what are they called? The ones that work with Strange and in the I mean, what are those people called?
They're like
Wizards.
wizards, apprentices.
Yeah, and like all the training that they do and all that. Ned gets a fucking ring and 10 minutes later he oh look at that, I did that. Look, I can do it again.
I just kind of assumed it was mostly the ring.
Yeah, that's
Well-
what I was thinking.
Well, I mean, they have to be able to channel and use it, but he talked to his grandmother, and
Maybe
they have magic
he's-
in the family.
yeah, something.
Yeah.
Something there.
I got tingling in my fingers. You should see your physician.
It was
though.
from the heart. It's from the heart, baby.
Show me Peter Parker.
Well,
Well, if you had Ned's portal ring, what would you be looking for? Would you be searching for Peter Parker, or would you be searching for?
I'd be
oh
searching for
fuck
Batman.
no, dude. I'd be like Brie Olsen. Brie Olsen.
Brie Olsen, pre Charlie Sheen. Brie Olsen.
Don't need that tiger blood in you.
Well, she's clean. She doesn't have that. I don't think she's been tested. It's been past however many years, so she's good. But yeah, or whoever else I could think of, But what's the one girl from Hawkeye? Haley Steinfeld.
Haley
Steinfeld.
And she releases her arrow from her quiver into your throat.
Kills me instantly.
Yeah,
What the fuck is this dude doing here?
he came at me.
Then you run through the portal and she chases you after. You're like, please leave me alone.
Yeah.
Well, so we are at an hour and 28 minutes. So I think we're going to call it a wraps for today. How's everybody feel on that?
Yeah, we went over, but
Sure.
it's good stuff though.
You got anything to say? It's been a while since you've been
Robzilla,
on
we
Hot
did not.
Sauce.
We did not go over. We were about to hit the 90-minute mark, which is
Yeah,
perfect.
we got to keep it at 90 for Kyle.
Yeah. No 2.5 hours. We need the 90s.
Need the freeze frame at the end. Nice song over the credits.
Yeah. Everybody wants to rule the world. Tears for Fears.
All right. So that's the end of the show, guys. That's episode 124. As always, thank you for listening. We hope you had a great holiday season. You got to celebrate with your family members finally after being away from them for a year. Stay tuned. I don't know when our next episode is going to be. Like I said, we have to prepare for the Sleazies. So I don't know if we'll do another episode before then, or if we'll do like a Twitter space where people can talk with us and stuff. That might be something to do one day. Who knows? Or if you have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to hit us up and let us know, and we'll be open to that.
Go see Scream.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Scream this weekend, so that should be fun. So we'll definitely talk about that on the next show. I'm thinking maybe.
They better not fuck it up.
Yeah, I know. It seems pretty positive so
Yeah.
I gotta check my schedule before I can commit to that.
My recommendation or my call to action, I have two. My call to actions will be, if you can, review us on Apple Podcast or whatever is reviewable. It helps the show. And recommend the show to one friend, and from there, we'll get another person to listen, as I always say. So, but thank you as always for your support. We appreciate it. And as always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.